Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resume. The resume we have up first is upsetting to me because I don't know. Do not do this to me. This is a giant mistake if you do this. This is why you're not getting a job. Is you just said, I'm looking for a software engineer. Well, guess what? If you're looking to be a software engineer, you need to pick a stack. Almost every single company hires based on stack, right? Full stack, backend, Python, backend, Java, backend, C#/.NET, or front end, or random, right? There's a couple of others, but the first 5 are the normal ones. So, because I do not know what you are, and you did not tell me, I am going to roll a d6, which is a 6-sided die, and whatever it lands on, I am going to review it as this. If you are full stack, and I review it as a Java developer, well, you did not tell me, and this is why you're not getting a job. This is the biggest mistake you can make as a software engineer, besides not including your name and number. That actually happens more often than you think. So, what did we get? We got 2. I rolled a 2, so we're going to review this as a backend Python developer. So, let me get the qualifications for a backend Python developer up. And again, this works for basically every single industry. Your resume needs to be tailored to your job title that you're going for. A random stack or a random type of resume does not work. You can never have a generalized resume. Generalized resumes fail. They fail real bad, y'all. That is like one of the biggest mistakes I see all the time. So, what we're looking for in a Python developer is Python, SQL, any type, doesn't matter. Docker, Cloud, ITSWords, AWS, GCP, Azure, RESTful APIs, Agile, Git, CI/CD, and one of these, although if you have 1 or 2 more, that's a benefit, but you need at least one, either full stack or AI, which is going to be like NumPy, ML, that kind of stuff, DevOps, Fast APIs, Flask, and Django, and a bonus for Kubernetes, ETL, MongoDB, and Java. So that is what I'm looking for. And recruiters only have 20 seconds to find these qualifications. They are not keywords in your resume. So can I find them in 20 seconds? We're going to find out. Probably not. Oh, I hate this formatting. All right, nothing here. Nothing here, nothing here. Literally nothing. You said cloud ready. You didn't tell me what kind. Nothing. Okay, DevOps, that's at least one thing. Can't use anything here because you didn't tell me how you used it. ASP.NET. So this is .NET. All right, yeah, this does not work. Nothing about this works. So what did this person tell me? They stated, scrolling the wrong part. They stated, "Hi, headless headhunter. I was laid off in August due to downsizing. That stinks. Since then, I've applied to about 50 to 100 jobs, but only had 1 interview. It's not good. So I want to improve my chances, like your feedback on how my resume looks for the U.S. market." Well, first off, make sure you're able to work in the U.S. If you do have work authorization to work in the U.S., that matters. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you have a great resume if you don't have work authorization in the country that you're applying to, which you may absolutely do. I don't know. I'm just saying that is a common thing that people send me, and I'm like, well, none of your resume matters because you don't have work authorization. That matters the most. Most of my applications are for remote backend roles with .NET, such as backend developer, .NET developer, software developer, and software engineer. So, yeah, your problem is you did not tell me, and this is broad. So, this is a .NET, so let me go to the .NET qualifications, which I do have here, so C#/.NET. And what we are looking for in that is this, which I still basically did not see, right? So the big problem here is this is too broad. You need to redo basically this entire resume. So first off, summaries don't matter. Don't put them in. Unless you're relocating or you're changing industries or you need to explain a visa, you don't need a summary. Second off, use this format. Use this font. It will get you interviews alone with that. It's so much easier to read from a recruiter standpoint. Then we go down here. So I don't care about inbox, outbox patterns. I want to know what cloud it is. And your problem is you put it all down here. So I don't care about some of this stuff, right? Like I do care about SQL. I do care about ASP.NET. I do care about .NET. I don't really care about RabbitMQ, do I? No, I do not. I do care about Azure. And maybe DevOps and Kubernetes for this, so that is good. But some of the rest of this I don't, right? This can be deleted. I do want RESTful APIs. And some of the rest of this I just don't need. So you filled your resume with a bunch of weird things down here when I need them here. You can't just say SQL, Agile, Scrum, you have to say how you used it. I need you to say, implemented our inbox, outbox patterns in .NET Cloud, .NET Git, RESTful APIs, JavaScript in a DevOps environment for our Azure cloud, right? Like, that's how I want that to be written. So part of the thing is you have half of that with this. You actually do meet some of these, but you just don't meet enough. And I need you to put them here. You can't just fill everything in a weird little skill section. Skill sections don't work. If skill sections worked, my job would be so much easier. I want to live in a world where I could just look at a resume and it's in a skill section and I can move you forward. But I can't. Nothing in that section really counts. Even if it's under another job. You have to show me how. You have to show me the reason and result of you doing it. And it has to be under a job. This one is under a job, but it does not show me the how or the reason or result. That's why it doesn't count. So here is solid. I don't know how much people... So migrated a project from ASP.NET to .NET 6. That's fine. That's good. Optimize CI/CD with Jenkins. Again, CI/CD is good, but I need more. So your big problem here is you just don't include enough. You are assuming that because you listed this stuff down here, this is what I'm looking for. And it's not. So not just filling it with too much unneeded stuff, you didn't fill it with the right stuff. Because recruiters don't keyword hunt, all right? I wish we could. People assume that recruiters are like looking for specific keywords that clue us into how stuff works. And I even wrote it like that here for you all so that you could understand it. But that's not true. Recruiters don't use keywords. We look for qualifications. And these are the qualifications. And a qualification, besides your degree or a certificate, because those are separate, does not count unless you show us how you used it and the reason or result of you using it under a job, an internship, or a project. That's why skill sections don't count for anything, is you do not show us how you used it and the reason or result, or in most cases, where it was used. So that's why this is not going to work. So that's all I can do for this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you ever need more help, you can come on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software developer. They did not tell me anything about them. They completely doxed themselves and did not tell me the ratio. So this is what we've got. This is all I've got for a full stack. So what we're looking for is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, API, RESTful API, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, .NET, Python, Java, bonus points for architecture, extra language, Git, and DevOps. So this part is, boy. So let's see. Are they good or not? Well, I don't know, because you really can't tell how good somebody is from a resume. Resume is just a minimum qualification document. So, begin. All right, this entire section cannot be used. Created 2 responsive web pages. Okay, using React, good. Python, good. MongoDB is nice, but it's not that. UI, okay, whatever. Agile. Django can be useful. RESTful API is good. CI/CD, and we are out of time. So, would I move this forward? No, because I did not see enough stuff, and this is a nightmare to read. So, again, I am a tech recruiter. I am above average in my tech knowledge for the recruitment space. I can go further than other people. This is a nightmare. You need to delete all of this. Because, again, I don't care that you're a full-stack developer with experience in building web applications, cloud-native, and deep learning, specializing in cancer detection using convoluted networks. I want you to get a job. I want you to revolutionize the cancer medication world in oncology, but that's not relevant for this role, so this can be deleted. This can be deleted. Where's your education? I don't know. I can't show it because you doxed yourself up top. So your education should be up top. This is where it should be. This is me. I can dox myself. That is my own full name. This is what I want to see. Needs to look like this. This gets you jobs. This gets you rejected. So then we go down here, and the problem is, quite frankly, there's just not enough. And everything is bolded. Stop bolding everything. Please stop bolding everything. It makes it so hard to read. So hard to read. So I did find Python, and I'm going to remove what I find. So that's good. I did find React, which is good. I did find RESTful APIs, which is good. And That was it. I only got down to there. I didn't even get to CI/CD pipelines, which are needed, or GitHub Actions, which are also needed. So I do not know where your cloud is. I do not know if it's in an agile environment. I do not know about Node. And if you're a full stack developer and you don't tell me TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, and HTML in the first sentence, you're probably not going to get forward. You need to say that in your first sentence. That is the most critical part, is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. Sometimes Python and another backend language can replace TypeScript, but you need to put JavaScript, CSS, HTML. Again, can't use anything here. Doesn't count. Nothing here counts. Nothing here counts. Needs to be here, and here has nothing. So this is a terrible resume. And this is why you're having problems, is nobody even can get to this point. And when they actually do, you don't have anything, and then you fill it with like uptime and percentage of users and mobile compatibility. No one's moving you forward based on that. I really want to meet the person that said every single resume needs percentages and metrics, and I would have a very, very deep sit down with them and tell them how that message is hurting job seekers. Sales need metrics. Directors need metrics. Some high-level managers do as well, but everybody else, you don't need this. I don't care about this. You should barely have any numbers. It's just not relevant, and it's not what we're looking for, and there's nothing we can do with it. So, next resume. This is a resume of a health information specialist. So, what we're going to look for in a health information specialist is not a lot. All we need is high school plus a little bit of college, and honestly, sometimes you just need high school. They usually like that you're doing a little bit more than that, but I think just high school would be fine. They want to know that you've had previous experience in like healthcare, medical records, MS Outlook, MS Excel, MS Word. Those were in every single one of them. If you do not have that, you're not moving forward. Customer service skills and healthcare knowledge, such as like HIPAA and probably more stuff, because it's been almost a decade since I've done healthcare recruiting. So probably a little bit more in the healthcare stuff. And let's see if we can find it in 20 seconds. Let's go. All right, bachelor's, that's fine. Okay, nothing. This is kind of okay, but again, this is sort of what we're looking for. Okay, yeah, no, this would be I don't even see customer service. I see a little bit of customer service, but I don't really see any MS Office or Excel, and that was actually the most important thing, because that was in almost every single one of them. So, what did this person say? If you could please make my resume in a way that I can easily edit and add into once I complete additional certifications. I don't think I can do that for you. I mean, you really just add it under that, but my big issue here is that you told me health information specialist. These were the qualifications of a health information specialist, and I don't see almost any of this on your resume. Right? Like, I do see some healthcare knowledge, right? That's good, and I saw HIPAA, so that's good. But I don't see basically anything else. I mean, you do some scheduling, which is nice, but, like, where's the healthcare, sorry, you did have, where's the medical record stuff? Where's MS Office? Where's MS Excel? Where's Word? Where's the customer service? That was specifically what they were looking for in a health information specialist. Now, I don't know if you were looking for that again, if you were looking for a different one, but that was what they needed. That was the role you gave me. So your resume doesn't work because I don't see that. In addition, your formatting is off. Nothing here needs to be bolded, and you absolutely need it to be, again, just like this says, 10.5 Arial, and the spacing should be 1.5. And then you don't need this stuff. This is unnecessary. This you should keep. Keep that one line not bolded. But yeah, the big problem is there's just nothing here, right? Like, this is almost a blank piece of paper. Like, it's nice that you applied therapeutic modulalities, including cervical and lumbar packs to aid in pain management, but I'm looking to see if you used MS Excel. And I know that probably is enraging to hear, but unfortunately that is the case. And I have before put in a candidate who I thought should have Excel, should have MS Word, I ended up not having it, wasted 30 minutes of the manager's time and that candidate's time and my own time. And you know what? That was on me. That was bad recruitment. That was a lesson I learned. You cannot move somebody forward if you don't show it. So, and there's almost nothing here. This resume is almost entirely blank. I need you all to remember what you're applying to and make your resume to that type of role. I'm not saying you need to redo it for each job. I'm saying at the very beginning of your search, pick 3 job titles or 4 and make a resume for each of those job titles and then apply using that resume for each of those job titles very, very quick. That will get you a job. So that's all I can do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This resume is of an IT help desk or IT support or they have like 1,000 names. This is the case of where like they have 4 or 5 names. They actually are all looking for the same thing. So what we're looking for in an IT help desk is one, it is going to depend on what you're help desking for. Like if you're help desking for a cloud product versus a SaaS versus, I guess, medical stuff. Typically, what all of them would want is like Mac OS or Linux. Again, they want to see what system you've done. Android, Windows, education, customer service, troubleshooting, problem solving. Those are in like every single one. Networking, DNS, DHCP, TCP, AP, VPN, multitasking and meet deadlines. Again, the industry like LAN, WAN, CRMs, Azure, so that would be cloud. There's a bunch of different stuff. Jira, Office 365, Active Directory, and then a bonus for CompTIA Plus, Microsoft Cert, desktop support, and PowerShell. Probably a bunch more as well. So, can I find this in 20 seconds? Let's find out. Why is there a gap there? I don't know. Configured a Windows Server domain by creating, managing user groups, policies, improved simulations, onboarding, offboarding. Yeah, this is okay. Kind of have everything. I think I've reviewed this one and helped people in it. But yeah, this is okay, right? Like, part of my problem is you wrote it weird. So I'm okay with doing this, but I want to kind of combine these, and I think I may have reviewed this person's resume, and this is an old version. But I have some of this stuff, right? This is networking, this is MS Project, but I want these to be combined. That's kind of the big issue here. See, this stuff I like. So your formatting is slightly off. Nobody can see this because it's at the bottom. Yeah, so you only want to keep the first sentence because that's really good and I really like it. Actually, the first 2 sentences. So, okay, let me refresh this. My brain is starting to fail. Still not fully recovered. This is not a terrible resume. I just need it to be written in a different format. I don't want to just say Active Directory project, ticketing system project. I kind of want to just see these combined. So like configured a Windows Server domain by creating and managing user workflows and policy, and then maybe the next one under that would be like ticketing system. So I need it to be shrunken down and the formatting is really off. And if you were in chat, I'd be able to communicate this to you and show you. But right now my brain isn't working. And because you were a math tutor for about 3 years, you may want to move that up a little bit because this actually is relevant in that you explain complex math concepts in simple terms, demonstrating strong communication, the ability to translate. Those things are really good. So maybe you corrected me in what we said. I'm looking for the elsewhere of help desk. Applied 100 positions last year with about 2 responses out of 50 applications with my old resume. Yeah, so again, it's written weird, right? Like, I need it to flow like this. Yours is very segmented. Like, I know they're projects, but I don't like how that is written. In addition, I don't know if we need your MBA. Your MBA should probably be removed. So, I think I did help this person in a previous stream, and I forgot to take out this resume, so that one's bad on me. But yeah, what we would need to do is we need to combine these together. I don't think you should have more than maybe 3 or 4 projects total, but we need to combine them. And it's kind of like practice guiding peers through troubleshooting steps via Zoom and Slack. Like, it's okay. It just feels weird, right? Like, it's not a project, it's training. And I think that's kind of the thing that I don't like about this, is it shows you more that you have how you learned this stuff rather than what you did with this stuff. And I think that's my main problem with that. So that's all I can kind of do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of an intern. They did not tell me anything about it themselves. They just said a 1 in 100, so I'm assuming they're not getting any interviews. So for what we need in an intern, unless this is a master's intern, master's interns and PhD interns need a little bit more than the basics. They need between 50% of what you actually need to get a full-time job. So, degree, basic knowledge of the tech stack, ability to work well with others, takes direction and criticism, standard stuff for an intern. They're really common. So, let's see, and go. Okay, so they are a master, so they're going to need a little bit more. This formatting is a nightmare, and I hate it. Okay, there's some solid stuff here. Okay, and then you lose me here. This is almost all junk. I don't like this. CI/CD is good. Yeah, I don't think I can move you forward with this. It's not terrible, right? It just has a bunch of extra fluff in it. Like, look, if I'm looking for an intern, what do I care about for over 30 plus clients? First off, again, formatting, no. This should be one line. This should be another. I cannot highlight it because you sent me a JPEG. This should be one line. This should be one line, including the thing under it. I don't need your courses. They can be deleted. Then here, nothing here needs to be bolded. Nothing here should ever be bolded. Please stop bolding everything. Then your first sentence is good. I actually like it. There's no real complaints. Delivered a full stack energy consumption dashboard using React, JavaScript, HTML, and MySQL. Solid. No super notes. Would I preferred JavaScript and CSS as well? Yeah. So I guess there is a note. But again, not bad. Then you immediately ruin it with used for consulting for over 30 plus clients on the data with KPIs over the time for. I don't care about that. That's not relevant. Integrative interaction visualization using data queried from RESTful APIs, good. Styled with Tailwind CSS, just say CSS, which is good for a responsive UI. Great. And then you ruin it with displaying over 500 points of data tracked by 5 to 10%. I don't care. Stop putting percentages. I really, 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 really want to know where that started. I want to know who keeps giving that awful, awful, awful advice, because it does not work unless you're a manager or you're in sales. If you're a manager or you're in sales, you need numbers. Otherwise, it's bad. I don't care. Right? Collaborate in an agile environment, solid. With daily stand-ups and 2-week sprints, don't care. You could fit something else here. So again, this is why you're probably having some success, is the core of these bullet points is not terrible, right? This is not a burn this all and restart, but your formatting is disgusting, oddly bad. Your bullet points, while not the worst, are not great because you just elongate them with these percentages that takes my time away from finding what I need, and they're all bolded. So just fix the bolding. Take out these percentages, add maybe a little bit more tech, and then something about how you can work together and take criticism, and you should be okay. You should be getting more and more interviews than that. But right now, this is a nightmare to read, which is why you're getting 1 in 100. This should be close to a 1 in 50 to at least a 1 in 20 type resume. So that's all I can do for this one. I know it's pretty short, but there's not really much more to do, as they have the core of it good. They just need to literally delete all the irrelevant information and fix the formatting. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video, but if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I'm here to get you ahead of your job search. See you all later.